What's going on, guys? Trey back again here to bring another video. This one's going to be talking about the Walking Dead webisodes. This is going to be a review of it, and this will contain spoilers. So this is only basically 20 minutes long, 20 to 30 minutes long in total. If you guys are looking to check out the Walking Dead webisodes, click here. I'll bring you to the first one, and they're cut up in small segments, so you can watch the first one and the second one. There's 6 parts to it, and they're about 20-25 minutes in total to watch it. So go ahead and if you're interested in watching it, go watch it, come back and view this review. Okay, so everybody who's still watching, I assume you've already seen the episodes or you don't care if I spoil them. I mean, it's not too big of a deal anyway, since it doesn't really affect the Walking Dead storyline as a whole very much. It's sort of like a tack on. Basically, it seems like to me a zombie that Greg Nicotero, the artist that does all the designs for all the zombies and the blood effects and all that kind of stuff, he created this one. Well, he didn't create it. Initially, it was Tony Moore who drew it in the comic book, drew this particular zombie called Bicycle Girl. And from season 1, actually the very first episode, Rick sort of parks his car on the way leaving his hometown to go to Atlanta to shoot this this particular zombie walker that is missing the lower half of her body, and basically it's just a zombie with kind of like long hair and stuff, and just looks like she's in tons of pain. So he stops to put the zombie down. This is basically the story of that Bicycle Girl zombie when she was alive, so before she became that. Now, in terms of names and stuff, they don't really, they might quickly mention a name, but they don't really like we don't really get to know the characters very much. We get to basically the main characters that the centers around, of course, the mom, the dad, the stepmom, and then the 2 kids, as well as the neighbor, who the father pretty much puts down, or at his request, kills him, essentially. So now, what can I say about these webisodes? I think that can I necessarily recommend them to everyone? I don't know. See, the whole thing about the story that they chose to go with. Now, you only have like 20 to 25 minutes, about 20 minutes to do this whole thing. There's not a whole lot you can get done in 20 minutes. You can get done like short stories. That's it. You can't really get people emotionally invested in a character's story. Although you do kind of get it, because this is a mom trying to protect her kids, this kind of stuff. So you do, to some extent, get emotionally invested in it, but it's not like a heavy emotional investment. It's sort of just like, it's just kind of a sad story, a kind of morbid type story, because the last episode, of course, being called "Everybody Dies," everybody dies except maybe the kids get away. I mean, we don't know, but they probably die, I imagine. But they didn't want to show that, probably. Yeah, it's just kind of a morbid type story, but it's very exciting, and I think it's pretty well done for what it is. I mean, let's be honest here. This is not a big budget something you'd see on TV. This is just a small, probably a really small budget. I don't know what he did it with, but it was probably really cheap, probably less than 10 grand or something like that, maybe 20. And he put this together. And is it cool? I think it's pretty damn cool. I think it's a lot of fun. We get to see the mom sort of, commit suicide there to try to save her kids after she gets bitten. The first time I saw it, when she goes inside the car, that zombie just bite her on the arm, scared the crap out of me. I was like, whoa, because when you just don't expect it to happen right like that. You don't expect it to go like that. And I mean, you think for like a short story like this, because we're not going to be that emotionally invested, the characters would get away or something. Like, you always like think they're going to get away, and they just don't, and it's definitely different that way. But yeah, that scared the crap out of me when the zombie just bit her, and then she kind of tells her kids to go off, and she kind of backs up, and she's just like, oh shit, this is gonna hurt, and then they just pile on, man. Brutal. And then I like the ending scene too, where it kind of fades out and you see Bicycle Girl, and she's just kind of like, all that stuff. So that was really cool. To backtrack here, to go back to the beginning, so of course, to start off from the top, the mom wakes up from the car crash. The kids are gone. You got some cool shots of her like running around, like looking for help. Then she runs into some walkers there who are eating, and then this smaller walker starts chasing her. She goes up to the door, and she meets her divorced ex-husband, I guess you could say. And then, of course, the kids are with him, so she finds them. We get to see some cool scenes. Another really exciting scene in this is the stepmom, where she's kind of like she gets basically the stepmom. Uh, this one like hurt too, just to watch was like, oh man. She sees this lady who's like passed out on the street and stuff, and she checks her pulse, and then she goes to give her mouth to mouth, right, and then she gets her tongue bitten off. Oh man, that was just wow. That was pretty crazy stuff. So like it's just hurt watching. It's like, oh man, that was like just brutal. It just hurts to watch it, just to see it, and the sound like crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, awful. And then of course they roll her in the carpet, and she comes out. I thought the scene with the kids um, in the kitchen, and with her kind of waking up, and they hide from her, and then they go in the closet. That was pretty cool. And then you've got Bicycle Girl comes out and uses the axe to kill her. The acting, I gotta say, is okay. It's not great, and it's not the worst thing ever. It's just okay. But what do you expect with this kind of thing? You're not going to be getting A caliber acting. It was decent. I thought they did a decent job, but it's not like, the actual Walking Dead show. So anyway, that scene was pretty exciting to see her wake up and stuff and walk around. Of course, the zombie effects and everything are freaking awesome, because it's the same. Greg Nicotero, he does the whole show, and he's done like so many movies. I mean, this guy is the best, the top of the game at this point, guaranteed. So, the best there is. So they all look great. There's nothing sacrificed there. The gut effects and all that stuff looks cool. So that's the stepmom, and then the main character, the Bicycle Girl there. The dad, I thought, was he did a decent. The actor did a decent job. I mean, it was okay. Didn't really get much to do. I mean, he goes to the neighbors there, and you know, and then he puts his neighbor down, that kind of stuff. Then they kind of, in the next episode, they cut back, and then I think he's supposed to go to like another neighbor's house type thing, and or maybe back to the same one. I'm not really sure. And then we see that the kids basically have gotten downstairs to where he's looking. It's all like dark everywhere. And, it doesn't show his death scene, but it was kind of like, oh, shit. And then you can just imagine that when they cut back over to Bicycle Girl and her two kids there, like a lot of time it's kind of like she's waited for a long time, and he just never came back. Like he left to go get keys to the car to try to get to Atlanta or get somewhere safe, and he just never came back. So, yeah, it's just interesting stuff. Some of the sound, like some of the audio score was a little well, not a little, it was a lot B movie-ish. Like it wasn't very good, a lot of it. The sound was okay. Everything else was on point, I think, in terms of the makeup effects, and the acting was okay. The CDC gets a mention, which is kind of cool. They think it's terrorists that started. That's what they're being told anyway. But again, I think it's probably that to me doesn't really make sense. That terrorists would be able to develop something like that. I just don't think so. That's got to be a government somewhere, probably U.S. government. Stepmom with the kids was exciting. Mom with the axe kill was cool. The ending was great. How they transitioned into that, and then of course, if you want to see Rick put her down, it's in the first episode of the first season, so that's cool. Obviously, it doesn't last very long. It's pretty quick. What else? I think that's pretty much all I have to say about the webisodes. I hope they do another segment of this. This one is called Torn Apart, I believe, and just the total part of it. So, I don't know. I guess it was okay. In terms of the score, you can't rate it on the same scale as you would the television show. They just don't have the budget, and it's like 20 minutes long. For the amount of time it was and how they did, I guess for just like a web show, I'd have to give it like, I guess like a 9 out of 10 type thing. To put it on a scale of like a regular TV show, I don't think makes sense, because it doesn't have the time to develop the characters. It doesn't, like, everything has to be done really fast, because that's the type of show it is. A lot of action, very fast paced, exciting, but morbid at the same time, because you see, just the story itself of that character of Bicycle Girl is very, very morbid. It's very like kind of depressing a little bit. A little bit, I think so. I don't necessarily. I do like it. Like I don't hate it. I don't dislike it or anything. I just think it's kind of a sad story. But anyway, it is kind of a lot of fun if you can just just enjoy it for what it is, and it is exciting and stuff. So A lot of cool stuff. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the Walking Dead webisode, small, short series. Um, and are you excited to see another one from Greg Nicotero? Me personally, I don't really know if I really care too much if he does another one. I mean, I'll watch it. I guess I'll check it out. But I can't really say I'm like super excited or anything. But if they do another one, I think it'll be cool. And I like that they did a character that ties into the show that we see actually in the show. I'd like to see that them do that again, like maybe not a zombie, maybe an actual character from the show. I think that would be kind of cool too. Maybe like Randall or something. That'd be fun. Like the next thing of Webisodes 6-part series, get that actor who played Randall and have him. That'd be fun. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one later. Peace.